What up, y'all? Welcome to Plunkett. How y'all doing today? Man, I'm doing just fucking great now. God damn it. Sorry about that, y'all. I did not feel that coming. Nonetheless, I was fucked up. Um, we gotta get on with the show today because I'm gonna be late for work here. If I'm literally supposed to be in my truck, pulling out of the driveway, passing the mailbox, and being up the road in about 6 minutes, maybe 5 minutes now. There's a possibility we'll be cutting close. We have to speed a little bit on the highway. Unless you're a cop watching this, I'm not going to speed. I'm going to follow the speed limit and obey all the traffic laws and the other laws around. Goddamn. So, we got to get on with this shit. It's supposed to be part two of Uncle Plunkett's Juggalo history. And trying to think where I left off. I think it was like, I got the riddle box. My brother got the riddle box. Ringmaster. I was getting made fun of because I wrote ICP all over all my folders and shit. Nobody knew. One other kid in school, my old homeboy. The only person in school that knew what ICP was. Everybody else made fun of me. And I'm telling like my couple of homeboys, I'm like, dude, this shit ICP, dude, they're fucking awesome. They're all like, dude, I would never listen to something called ICP, man. Fuck that, they're fucking clowns, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, well, fuck you guys, dude. This shit's a shit. And so we'll fast forward a little bit. There's not much there to talk about. Yeah, we'll go into junior high. I believe I was in like ninth grade. I got my first ICP shirt, and I wore that bitch out. Like, man, I tell you, it was like a thin piece of fucking, like, it was like toilet paper by the time I was forced to stop wearing it. And I'd wear that shit. And by then, there was probably like 5 or 6 people in the school that knew what ICP was and stuff. And a couple of them, they're like more up to date with things that I still am. Like, I'm still like way behind on any kind of anything going on in the world. And anyways, these guys are all talking about this riddle box shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is what riddle box? What the fuck y'all talking about? And I literally all I had at that point was Ringmaster on cassette tape because my brother was friendly enough to do me the favor of recording his CD onto a cassette tape because he had a really badass radio. It was like an old boombox style thing. It had the CD player on the top and the cassette player on the front of it. You know, one single CD player or CD and one single cassette tape on it. And it was cool because you put a CD in, have a cassette tape in there, you can hit record on the fucking cassette tape and hit play on the CD, and it would literally record the CD to the cassette tape. Fucking technology, man. It was awesome. And if I remember right, which I probably don't, CDs were fairly new back then, and it was like the coolest thing that you could just fucking hit a button and skip tracks, you know, forward and back, and instead of like rewinding it and estimating where you were at that point, and then you'd have to stop, hit play, listen for a second, see where you're at, and then fast forward and rewind until you got to where you wanted to be. It was a big pain in the ass. If you're old, you remember that shit too. So nonetheless, finally, I mowed enough lawns and collected enough money to go up to a store called Warehouse Records. They used to be in my hometown. They're like long gone now. I went in there and I found this Riddle Box cassette tape because CDs were expensive, and I think they were like $14 back then versus a cassette, which is like $7 or $8. So I got the cassette tape, and I got old man. I had that cassette tape for until I bought that bitch in like '96 probably. Something I don't know. Maybe I wasn't in ninth grade. I don't fucking know. I was still in middle school or eighth grade or something. But anyways, I bought this fucking cassette tape. And I rocked that shit, man. That shit had like Toy Box and Chicken Hunting. And another one of my fucking all-time favorite songs is called "Old Evil Eye." That song, like that shit, gives me goosebumps. And still to this day, when I rock that shit, I fucking love that song. Everybody knows "Chicken Hunting," the remix, the rock, remix. We were rocking that shit. I was like, dude, this shit is the shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? So all of us little 5 or 6 kids were all fucking our little fucking crew, you know what I'm saying? Us juggalos. We still weren't, the word juggalo still hadn't been invented at this point as far as my memory goes, which is a little fucked up. But man, I gotta get to work. But so yeah, we were rocking that shit, and I remember it must have been '97 because that's when the next CD came out, The Great Malenko, the next Joker's card. And I was in the mall and I was walking past with my boy Joe. We were walking past Hot Topic, and I just looked over and I seen this fucking big giant poster, and it had The Great Malenko on it. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I started freaking the fuck out. I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome, dude. They're coming out with a new CD and they actually got a poster in the store for it. And all this shit, you know what I'm saying? I went in there and I was like reading it, oh yeah, coming soon, fucking blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And I actually went on the day that fucking CD was released. I went to the store and bought the cassette tape. I got the purple version because they had red, purple, and green, and the ever elusive gold one. But little did I know that CD was only out for 6 hours before it got pulled off the fucking shelves. And we'll get to that on the next episode of Pooping with Plunkett's Juggalo journey. And I gotta get to work, y'all. I'm gonna be fucking late. Y'all wash your fucking hands after you poop.